Hi there, this is Julia from the Motivation Club, and welcome to my recorded presentation of my values workshop. So this is values, living a life of inspiration and fulfillment. This workshop I would like to credit to Dr. John DeMartini. When I was about 23 years old, I went to a workshop, a presentation that John DeMartini did, and he blew my mind. And after experiencing that, I changed a lot of the things that I was doing, and I aligned my life and my goals with what I truly valued in life. So this workshop is all about finding out what values really are, what they're not, and how to align ourselves with them. That's the goal of today. So let's get into it, shall we? I'm very, very excited. So people who live extraordinary lives of inspiration and fulfillment have aligned their goals with their highest values. They have chosen goals that are congruent with their highest values rather than seeking to live out the values of others. Or in some cases, they have found ways to align their values in service of their chosen goals. That is Dr. John DeMartini from his book, The Values Factor, which is absolutely brilliant, and I highly recommend you give it a read. So, values. Let's start with what values aren't, because in our day-to-day life, we have a better idea of what we don't want than what we do want. So when it comes to values, the misconception of them is that they are social idealisms, and these are socially acceptable ways of acting, thinking, and behaving. Values and social idealisms are completely different things. Values are unique only to you. Social idealisms are social concepts that society has that keep us in line with each other and keep us almost rigid in the way that we expand our thinking and our beliefs. So social idealisms can either be abstract ideas like of honesty and integrity and trust and patriotism and all of these off in the distance goals. They seem great at first glance, but deeper down they might not be aligned with who you really are. Then the other side of this is social idealisms such as religious beliefs and patriotic ideals or codes of morality. They are other ones, but they also restrict you as a human being and what you believe in and what you truly value. There's and the best example of that one is when it comes to religious beliefs. There are many people out there engaging in intercourse before marriage, and because that's aligned with what they truly value. They value that connection, that deep physical connection that you gain with being in love and having that intercourse. But when it comes to religion, it's completely against religion, because religion is a social idealism. It's a social concept. It's not actually you and what you want out of life. So when it comes to your values, they're specific to you as your retina is or as your fingerprint is, all of it. They're so specific to you and who you are. They are your identity. They're the things that you are drawn to. They're the things that you inevitably seek out. They're the things that you live for in your life. So some clues to what they are and what they aren't is in this chart here. So social idealisms are I should, or I really need to, or I really must. Now, pay attention to the way that I'm saying these, because I've got needs to, I need to twice there. But the difference is in the way that you language what your goals are or what you're trying to achieve. When I've gone for a social idealism, like I should, I really need to, I really must, I need to, I must. When it's a goal that you truly value, so I really desire, I desire to, I choose to, I really, really need to. I need to. I love to. You can hear the difference, especially when it comes to the I need to, the social idealism. I really need to. I need to. Or when it comes to a goal that you truly value, it's I need to. I need to. There's more certainty in a goal that you value as opposed to social idealisms. So when you're looking at the goals that you've got for the new year, and you want to figure out whether it's you that truly wants it or if it's society that's pushing you towards it, listen to how you say the goal. Listen to how you say it. That is where the key, like that's where it comes from, how you're saying it. So there is a principle when it comes to values. They only arise from where voids are. Okay? So whatever we perceive as missing from our lives sets off a power hunger to gain or achieve precisely that thing. When you're going off to a brand new party, like a party where you haven't met very many people there, you want to look stylish. It creates a void. You want people to be attracted to you physically. It fills a void. You need some styling. You need a new outfit. So your value there at that point in time is finding something that suits you and that brings out your best physical attributes and makes you feel good. That's a value. For right then at that period of time, your value was to look really, really good. And you loved achieving that value or fulfilling that value. Values change throughout your life constantly because then after that, let's say 5 years down the track. So firstly, you're looking good, you're wanting to look good. 5 years down the track, you're pregnant or your partner's pregnant, your missus, your wife, whatever you want to call it, they're pregnant. Your value is going to change. So from looking good, it's going to change to focusing on the safety and the comfort and the well-being and the security of your family. Because a void was created through the pregnancy for those things. And that void needs to be filled with certainty and comfort, security, all of those things. So that's how it works. Now, values are extremely, extremely powerful, and we underestimate them at all times. They determine the things that you attend to in your life and that you put your attention on, what you retain, the information that you retain and what you remember, and then therefore your intention and what you give on to the world. So if you value health and fitness, you're constantly going to be aware of the health and fitness opportunities in your life. You're constantly going to notice them, whether it's a new course or a new fitness regime or a new recipe. They're all things that fall into health and fitness, and you're going to notice them because you highly value your health and you feeling energized. This is just an example. Not all of us, but for some of us we do, and that's what we'll attend to and we'll give our attention to. Then we've got retention. So for someone that's very, very into health and fitness, they're going to retain the information of that recipe they found so that they can cook it later, or they're going to remember all of the different exercises that work out their obliques or their glutes, all of those types of things. And then therefore your intention. So someone that has a highest value of health and fitness will go off and intends to pass on that information or will act upon it in the way that they will work out at the gym, or they will eat healthy, or they will train someone else or help someone else get fit and healthy, and they will share it that way. It will generally be something that they talk about a lot as well. If we're looking at someone who has a family or someone that's very, very family orientated, they're constantly attending to their kids. It's what they notice the most. They retain all the information that's most vital to their children, perhaps their medical statistics or important dates of their concerts, and then therefore the intention. So everything that they do in life, whether it be going shopping, you're buying special yogurt for the children, or if it's you're going shopping, you'll always notice bits and pieces that the kids would like, or if what the kids would need. That's how it works there. Or perhaps in business, if we're looking at a business being someone's highest value, and the power and the empowerment that they feel from being in charge and in control of their own life through their business, what they attend to, what they notice is all of the business articles, if it's a new marketing strategy that they can pick up, or if it's a new business coach in the mix and they've started following them. Those are the things that you attend to. Those are the things that you notice. What you retain are all of the stats about your business, all the different strategies that you've learned in the past, year, all the blog posts that you've written that or read that relate back to business. You'd be very aware who is on the a 30 under 30 or the rich lists. You'd know who they were. You'd know who Richard Branson was, for example. You'd retain all of his quotes, and then your intention was to go out into the world and be a business person and give that wealth of information onto others and act upon it by using it within your business to improve and therefore scale your business. So your values are extremely important. And if you didn't know this already, now you do. And now when you look at your values and you figure out what they truly are, you can then align your attention, your retention, and then therefore intention, and you can streamline it, and you don't have to feel guilty or bad or have any of those backlash emotions for following your dreams and following what you truly value, as opposed to following an social idolism, which is what people put upon you to try and achieve. So when it comes to values and your goals, a lot of us align ourselves with social idolism and achieving a goal that fulfills the social idolism. Perhaps it's trying to be skinny so you look like a model in a magazine, or if it was a business goal of I want to be a millionaire because I want to be the 30 under 30, a part of the 30 under 30. So you look at those goals. Those are great goals. But then are they realistic to you? Are they aligned with your values? If they're not, you have two options. You can either let that goal go, and that is extremely refreshing for the person that lets that goal go. They've lightened the load on their life. They've lightened the amount of stress they've put on themselves. You should never feel ashamed of something that gives you more opportunity, or letting something go that gives you more opportunity to follow and be true to your highest values. It makes your life easier in all ways. If you love that goal and you really still want to achieve it, but it's not aligned with what you truly value, you can link it to your highest values. Link the goal to your highest values. So, for example, you've got a really high value of family and spending one-on-one time connecting with your family. But you also have this goal to lose 10 kilos. So health has never been a value to you. However, family is, and specifically spending that one-on-one time with your children. And if this time in your life your children are extremely active and running around constantly, you can see how easily you can link a health goal to your highest value. You do so in saying, okay, I'm going to achieve this goal, and you write all the reasons down, the 100 reasons. If you hit 100, then you're on track to achieving this goal. The more you do, the more likely you're going to achieve the goal. But write down all of the links between your current goal and your highest value. So in this terms of this example of fitness, health and fitness, you've got to lose 10 kilos. You're not a health and fitness person, but you're a family person. I'm going to lose 10 kilos because it's going to give me the energy, the vitality to keep up with my children when I run around with them in the park. I want to lose 10 kilos so I can play on the monkey bars like my children do. I want to lose 10 kilos so I am not out of breath when I walk them to the park. You see how that's all linking in together? You're linking your goal with your highest value, which means that then there's really realistically nothing stopping you from achieving that goal, because it's all linked. What you truly love is going to help you achieve what you want to achieve. So this is perfect, the way that Dr. John Demartini says it here. He says that great leaders refuse to placate the social norm or to remain stuck in stagnant traditions or old paradigms. Instead, they embrace the challenge of giving birth to new ideas and new visions, and succeed in making significant and novel contributions to the world. So all of these people have seen that, okay, this is not aligned with my values, and shed that goal, or they have taken that goal and be like, I still really, really want to achieve it, and linked it to their highest value, so that then they were able to create new ideas, new visions, new avenues of achieving this goal, because it was significant in their world. It actually had meaning, and they had a purpose to go out into the world to achieve. That's the importance of values. In this case, let's take, for example, you have a business goal. Your highest value is family, but you have a business goal of achieving a certain amount of money, but that business goal will take the time away from spending time with your family. How you link it is you create that, okay, if I want to spend more time with my kids, I need to earn more money so that I can retire earlier, and therefore spend all this time with my children, and log it, create milestones, create goals that all bring this vision to life. They create a new vision that involves their goal and their highest value. That's what they do. So how do you know whether you're living according to your truest, highest values? Well, the bottom line is actions speak louder than words. Your life will never lie to you. What you value most, your life will reveal to you, and our lives constantly demonstrate what matters most to us. I love this example. I use it all the time. It's myself and my partner walking down the street. I will always notice the high heel shop. It doesn't I will always turn my head and stare at it as I walk past. My actions right there noticed my attention, where my attention was. Even further than that, I retained that information. I remembered where that shoe shop was. Out of all of the shops that I've ever been past, I remembered that one. And therefore my intention is to get straight away from my boyfriend and run straight into that store and buy as many shoes as possible, run back out, and not let him know. On his hand, on his side of it, he hasn't paid any attention to that shoe shop at all. He has no idea, but he's seen something else in the street. He's seen a poster for a concert that he wants to see. That's his attention. So he will retain that information until he gets home, or he gets to a computer, so that he can buy a ticket. And therefore his intention is to go to the concert. You see how it all works? It's wonderful. I absolutely love values. I truly love values. They are just brilliant. So no two people are the same when it comes to our values. We're all different. We all have our highest values, which differ. But then again, we have values that are similar. That's why we have compatibility with some people and not others. Our values align, but our values won't, just as specific as our fingerprints or our retina, as I've said before, they're never going to be the same as anyone else. All you can do is align what you can. So in order to find out what your values truly are, I have put together a workbook with some of Dr. Demartini's most important questions, and that is available in our Facebook group. When you look below, you will see a link to our Facebook group. It's in the documents area. Some of the great questions ask you, what do you spend your money on? Consistent, and this is on a consistent basis. What are you spending your money on? What are you spending your time on? And what do you talk about the most? And these are some great questions. There's many more, but these are some great questions to talk about. So let's look at how we spend our time, how we spend our money, and what we talk about the most. And let's just discuss them quickly before I let you go. So what do you do consistently with your time? Yes, a lot of us go to work, or a lot of us look after our family, but what's happening in between those large chunks of time? Are you going out to restaurants to eat your dinner because you truly love the feeling of significance when someone comes to you with a beautifully cooked meal and makes you feel amazing? And this is all, your values are all about what you feel. You're going to fulfill a value to feel something. So then when it comes to your money, what are you spending your money on consistently? Are you spending it on books? What kind of books? Are you spending it on adventures, or are you saving up for a holiday? Are you going off bungee jumping or skydiving on the weekend on a regular basis? Is that how you're spending your money? Or what you talk about the most? Now, a lot of people, as I said before, we all have a better idea of what we don't want. However, your brain has no idea of the difference between negative and positive in that instance. What you are doing constantly, or what you're talking about you're going to do constantly, becomes your reality. It becomes what you value. And if you're constantly talking about all the problems in your life, then you know what? Talking about the problems in your life is probably a value of yours. It makes you feel significant. It creates a connection between you and others. It creates a certainty because you know you're going to feel that way. You feel as though you're growing from it. You feel as though you're contributing, and you get a level of uncertainty for it. That's all your core needs, all sorted. Let's flip it on a resourceful side of it. You love talking about your children. You love talking about parenting and strategies and getting better at what you do, or being more disciplined yourself, or teaching your children discipline. Is that what you constantly talk about, spend your money on and spend your time on? Then therefore it is a high value of yours. I love the notion of what you talk about creates your reality, because it really does with your values. When you know what your values are and you start talking about them on a regular basis, it brings them into your awareness more often. For a lot of mothers, they go off and they get a full-time, because I'm a mother and I've got 2 kids. So you go off and you go back to work, you do your 5 days a week. It would seem that they would truly value their job, but a lot of them truly value their children more than anything. What they have done on an unconscious level, some of them not even realizing, is that they have linked working to their highest value of their children. However, don't you realize the power in actually realizing what you have done in that situation? Once you realize to yourself that, oh, I'm only doing this so I can spend more time with the children, or I could provide for the children more, there is purpose to your goal. And once you have purpose, purpose is like fuel for your goal. It is your reason why. So it's extremely, extremely important to know your values at all times. So I'm going to leave it there for today. And I hope you've enjoyed this and grasped a great understanding of what values are from this presentation today. Jump onto the Facebook group, and in the files area is the workbook. Give it a go. It has all the questions from the values factor, which is written by Dr. John DeMartini, and it will help you break down what your values are, so that when you go off into your week, or to set your goals for the new year, have in mind what your highest values are and align it with them. If they're not aligned with them, link them back. And that's the key to achieving all of your goals. So I'll leave it there for now. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot them through to info@themotivationclub.com.au. You can hop onto our Facebook group or Facebook page as well, which is the Motivation Club. I just search that in Facebook, or you can hop onto the Sydney Motivation Club or the Melbourne Motivation Club on Meetup and shoot me through a message. I'm available at all times. Okay, until then, you take care, and we will talk soon. Bye.